All right. Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. This is Rudy, and it's Friday. I haven't made a video in a while. I've been kind of busy in my personal life. My wife and I just drove down to Houston, and we got back recently. As many of you know, she has cancer, and we wanted to learn about clinical trials in Houston, and they have a hospital down there that we went to learn about, what clinical trials are available and what options. And many of you have offered your thoughts and your prayers, and I want to thank you, sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart. Both my wife and I do also thank you, each and every one of you. I mean, the support from the good people out on YouTube has been tremendous, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Also, I want to offer my condolences to the family of TheGeneralTenn. What a brave man, and what an example he set for us all with his life. And I pray that God will provide his family peace and comfort and strength as they go through this time. And the tremendous loss and void that they must feel. And I pray that God provides each and every one of his surviving family members comfort. And TheGeneralTenn will be missed. But we all know that he's in a better place now. And having said that, I wanted to remind each of us to not go over the abyss. I mean, because I do pray to God that he will show me the truth, and I pray for wisdom. Sometimes the truth is overwhelming. And as I learn about the things of the world that I see, and the scales have been removed from our eyes, as many of us it has, it's easy to fall into an abyss and see all the evilness of mankind all around. I made some notes, but you got the 9/11, the Federal Reserve mess, how they're a total fraud. You got the RFID chips, you got the swine flu, you got the FEMA camps. I don't know how many of you saw the actual Nick Berg beheading video. If you don't have a strong stomach, I suggest you don't go search for that. But if you ever watch that video, you'll never forget it. It will be burned into your mind forever. There's also an Al-Qaeda schoolyard massacre video, and I suggest you don't watch that unless you have a strong stomach as well. There's all the videos that we've seen on police brutality and how people just don't respect each other as human beings. And it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that there's no goodness left in the world. And as a reminder to myself, and maybe for a few others out there, I wanted to remind us that there is goodness in the world. There's lots of good, decent human beings. They may not be awake. They may not share our views. We may view immigration differently. We may view monetary policy differently. We may view healthcare reform differently. But there's goodness in a great majority of human beings. And I'll say that for the majority of my life, I had this saying, and I've been a loner most of my life. I did not interact with people hardly at all. I just lived my own little life and took care of my family. And I wasn't interested in communicating with others. But I feel that was a terrible mistake looking back on my life. I had a saying that, friends are highly overrated, and I kind of depended upon my close family, but I didn't want to go out and participate in the world. And I think that was a mistake. And I've learned that because interacting with others on YouTube, as well as getting out and just participating in a local church, getting to know my neighbors. We may not see eye to eye on everything, but it connects you with the goodness of other people. Even though you may not agree on everything, and they may piss you off from time to time, there's a basic goodness in most people, at least in Texas. I can't speak for people up in Massachusetts. I'm just joking. If there's any people in Massachusetts, that was a joke. But there is a common goodness that we all have, and we can learn from one another. And that's what has happened to me on YouTube, and it's what has happened to me as I have started to communicate with others. And I think that was God's will. I think in Ecclesiastes, and I'll have to put the verse later because I can't remember it now, But it says if one falls, there is another to pick him up, and that two is much stronger, and that a three-strand cord is not easily broken. And that as human beings, we're meant to interact with one another. And I've learned so much in communicating and discussing my worldviews with others. And hopefully they've learned a little bit from my views, and I hopefully have shared, I know that I have learned from their views. So I just wanted to remind us that, don't fall into the abyss. I mean, when I go into Walmart and, they ask me like how many, I'm buying ammunition, right? Because I'm big on like buying ammunition, food and water, and being prepared for hard times that potentially may come. And so they'll ask me like, how many do you want? And I say, I want all of them. And so members of my close family, and I'm not trying to pick on members of my close family, they'll say things like, we don't know who you are anymore, and you've gone into the abyss, and all you do is think negative thoughts, and it's easy to fall into that trap. But we can't allow ourselves to do that. We have to interact with others and participate in the world and connect with the goodness of other people. And if we stop doing that and we become just a silo all to ourselves, or an island to ourselves, we're going to miss out on many blessings and many opportunities for spiritual growth. And anyway, I had some book reviews. This is a book by Nothing Created Everything. It's by Ray Comfort. And it's a great book for my atheist friends. I align with many of the arguments that he puts forth. And, we do have an eternal soul, and there is a divine creator, and there is a purpose to everything. This thing is not a meaningless chance. And I know that if there's any atheists watching me, we may disagree, and I respect our disagreements. But I hope that one day you'll remember the words that I have to offer as far as there is a divine being, and we do have an eternal soul, and there is a purpose to all of this. I'm going to try to fit in a little video I made. I don't know why. I was a little bored, and I made a 4-minute video about suspicious minds. I don't know if I can fit it onto this video. If not, I'll make it the next. I'll upload it in 2 videos. But God bless every one of you, and I hope everyone is doing well. We live in interesting times, but let's stick on the straight and narrow. Let's live within our moral guidelines, even if nobody else does. I promise you it will be worth it to withhold to your moral inner compass, and in the end, you'll be better off for it, I promise you. God bless every one of you, and take care.